Hi, I'm Bob Vila. Welcome home again. Lots of exciting stuff happening here today. That big crane will be moving our recycled L, which becomes a family room right in this part of the foundation. It'll be moving it right into place. We're also going to be taking you on a trip to the lumber yard, where we'll get all the stock that we'll need for building the first floor frame. And of course, we'll check in with Riley to see what kind of progress he's made around here. So stay with us.
Sears presents Home Again with Bob Vila.
Hi, Riley.
Hi, Bob.
How many basement windows are we going to have here?
Just two. This is a cellar window here. Now, over there is just a hole in the top of the foundation wall, which corresponds with this window. The purpose is to receive a temporary steel beam that will support this new family room we're going to be putting on.
Oh, sure, because the thing will be carried up by the crane on a couple of beams, and the beams have to go someplace.
That's correct.
And once the thing sets down, we just remove the beam and truck it away.
That's right.
Well, give us a little progress report on what's happened so far. So you got a pour in.
Yeah, that's right. That's probably the most important thing we've had done to date, is to get that cellar floor poured in there.
Why is that so important?
Well, you don't want to backfill your foundation until you do have this cellar floor in there. That prevents the bottoms of these foundation walls from caving in.
Sure, that's the structure. And it's all backfilled now, except in the corner here we can still see a little bit of the waterproofing that was rollered on. That's right. Basically an asphalt product, right?
Yes, that's right.
And then I notice you've got your sills all in place and your sill seal down in between here. What's the purpose of the sill seal?
The purpose of that is to, it seals the foundation, the top of the foundation with the sill. It prevents any drafts from getting in there, prevents insects from getting into your lumber.
And it fills any irregularities there might be at the top of the pour. Now, all these rods, these steel rods that come through, should be on center. I guess this one missed.
That one, I think you found the one in the foundation that is not on center. The rest of them are, but that one...
Nobody's perfect, Riley.
That's correct.
What's next around here?
Well, the next thing is for the crane to go ahead and bring on our new family room.
Terrific.
The guys have got to get those huge straps hooked up to the crane so that the tension has got to be just right before they try to lift the building off the truck. The crane operator, he really can't see where he's going with that thing without a clear hand signal from his man on the roof and the guys on the ground.
You know, our little L weighs about 3 tons, Riley.
Yeah, this is, we've got to take it slow here, because you can, if that thing gets swinging, we can really be in trouble.
Recycling an old building like this is really cost effective. You can't build a new family room for the amount of money that this move is costing us. And you know, Riley, I like the idea of bringing a piece of old Cape Cod here to our new building site, all the way from Chatham down Cape.
If you say so, Bob. This is a tricky part. They've got to line the house up with the foundation. Sometimes I've seen them give it a couple of tries before they get it right, but we do have a good crew here, and I think they'll get it on the first try. Now those beams got to set right down into those pockets that were made in the foundation. It's amazing how easy the building is to maneuver when it's suspended on a crane. You could actually guide it right in there with just a little touch.
That'll be pretty good here, Joe. Come on down. That'll be pretty good here. Come on down. All right, it's good here. Line here.
Nice job. Perfect on the first try.
That's all right. It'll settle into them. It's soft. The wood is soft, so it'll settle right in. We'll get a fine dance in. Right on.
Well, there's no turning back now, Bob.
Heavy up. Want somebody there with you? Get up down there. Push down. Push down. Pull out.
Well, they did a nice job of setting it down, huh?
They sure did.
Nice and tight on the corners. Let's take a look inside. Well, the crane sure makes it a piece of cake. What do you think, Riley?
I think it's a disaster, Bob.
It is a little shabby, I admit that. But once we clean it up, you know, there's a lot going for it. It's 16 by 24. You're talking nearly 400 square feet of living space.
It's a nice space.
And there was a student living in here, so I guess that explains a little bit of the mess. But we'll clean that up. And, you know, look, there's a lot of potential here. Now, Gordon's plan calls for removing this gable end wall.
That's right,
And this is where the old building ties into the new building.
Where the kitchen is.
Exactly. And a nice family room. I hadn't counted on this bathroom being here. I suppose I can just go to the dump.
Yeah, this isn't worth anything.
Yeah, there's no point in salvaging any of that. But once we clean it out, we'll have a better idea of exactly what we have to do to the structure. There's a little bit of...
A lot of bounce on that
A lot of
floor.
bounce.
That's a lot of bounce. Well, we're going to put a girth down the middle of it with a couple of lally columns.
That'll stiffen it up.
That'll stiffen this up, and we've been looking at this floor, and there's some possibilities here.
I think it's hardwood.
Yeah, I think if we sand it down, we might be able to at least salvage the floor.
That would be nice. We'll be back in a minute when we're going to take you on a tour of Shepley Wood Products, a lumber yard where we're buying most of our framing lumber. So stick around. You know, when you're doing a small remodeling job, it makes a lot of sense just to go down to your local home improvement center and get what you need. But when you're building a whole new house from scratch, I like to go to a real lumber yard. And right now we're going to meet with Tony Shepley, who started this lumber yard a few years back. And, well, Tony, this is your dream lumber yard, right?
Well, Bob, yes, I always wanted to have a place that was open,
Yeah.
that was neat, and let's say user-friendly.
User-friendly indeed. You've got a lot of open space here. All your lumber is neatly arranged, and you've got our shopping list, I see.
That we do. You're going to be getting some 2x10 16s. We've got some right over here.
Of course, the main reason that we gave you the business is we put it out to bid 3 different yards, and Tony's came in the lowest.
You did a smart thing, Bob. You started off with a list, which I think you probably compared with a few other people. You used the same list, therefore you're getting an accurate comparison between yards.
Apples and apples, not apples and oranges.
Yes, sir.
Here are our joists for the first floor deck, and these, of course, are 2x10s, 16s. We're getting how many of these?
These you're going to be getting 40 pieces of.
40. What else is on that list?
Okay, we skip over the 14s, which are next in line. We're going to be going down to 2x10 12s. You're going to be getting 55 of those.
All right. Now, here we've got nothing but kiln-dried spruce, right?
Right.
If we were building in another part of the country like the South, we might be looking at southern yellow pine for this same kind of structural lumber.
This is the product that's most commonly used around here. It's easy to work with. It is very popular in this northeast area.
It's nice and lightweight, too.
Yes.
Are we getting any 10s?
10s, you're going to be getting a few of those, 24 to be exact.
Good. And what about the plywood?
Plywood, let's go right over here. Bob, we keep our plywood under here, under the overhang to keep it out of the weather.
This is all your construction grade stuff.
All right, now you're going to be using 5/8 CDX on the deck.
Right, for the
what
floor.
this is.
And CD, well, there's different grades of plywood. It's A, B, C, D. The
A is the
being
best.
the best for finish work, and here we're dealing with CD, which means it's D on one face, and you can see there's voids and knot holes missing and so forth. And then the better side, the C side, will have those filled. And the X
Is exterior glue.
right. So how many sheets of this are we getting?
Okay, of this, you're going to get 52 sheets.
Good, that's quite a load. And then we'll be using 1/2-inch CDX for the sidewalls and the roof sheathing, but
Right.
we don't need any of those today.
Nope, we're just going to, I think, start with your deck.
Good. Hey, I did notice that Riley put down some trim stock on the list. And although we don't need that right now, you do a pretty special operation here with priming that stock. Can we take a look at that?
Love to show it to you.
Come on.
Okay.
Well, Tony, I've never heard of a paint shop at a lumber yard. What's the story?
Well, Bob, I guess there are a couple of reasons. I always thought there was a market for this. I did have customers who used to say, I'd love to get stuff primed before I put it up, or
Yeah.
stained before I put it up.
Sure.
And when I built my own house, I thought, this is the time that will prove it. It really was. It saved me so much time.
Sure.
I tried doing it manually, and machine painting and staining is the only way to go.
That's the way to do it, sure.
Let me show you how it's done over here. The boys over here are applying a shellac-based sealer to the knots on these boards. They're trying to keep them from bleeding through, and by applying this sealer twice,
Yeah.
they're going to give it a nice
So
cover.
what is the system they're using? You've got a compressor and a hose, and then what's the...
This is our own Cape Cod invention here. Al, may I show this to Bob? This is basically a common garden nozzle, a couple of brushes, a hose clamp. You give a little squirt when you want some more paint, and you're off.
Yeah.
There you go, back
No
to work.
heavy-duty capital investments there, huh?
You got to keep it cheap.
And then what's happening here?
Okay, over here we are going to apply the prime coat. We've now sealed the boards over on our left. We're now going to prime the board, all four sides. Jason, would you feed one, please?
Now, Tony, did you rig this up yourself, or is this something you can buy?
Bob, we made this from scratch. This was quite an invention. We have a very mechanically inclined fellow who put this all together, who works for us.
Rube Goldberg, no doubt.
Yes,
Yeah.
you're definitely right.
That's beautiful. So it primes it on all four sides.
Right, and what we're doing is we're doing it all four sides to give the carpenter the option of using either top or bottom.
Sure. And then onto a drying rack, and that's it, right?
That's it. We keep it nice and simple.
Beautiful. Tony, thanks for the tour.
Okay,
And I'm sure by the time I get back to our site, our lumber delivery will be there, right?
that's our job.
Great. Good. Let's get back to work.
Okay, Ken, drive it.
Hey, Riley, the guy's true to his word.
Yes.
Punctual
yeah.
delivery.
Yeah, right on time.
Looks good.
This is for you, Bob.
Let's take a minute and talk about what we've spent so far. That's
Okay.
$1,400 worth of lumber we've got here.
Yeah.
I've been adding things up, and from day one, we spent $1,500 to buy the L and move it here, plus another $400 for the crane.
right,
That's
right.
kind of the only eccentric part of the whole story. Then we've got another $1,500 bill for the surveyor. He did the site plan that we needed and the septic system design.
That's right, yeah.
And then we spent $800 at the plan shop getting our architectural package.
That's right. And which is, I think, a pretty good price.
Real good price, yeah. And then to dig the hole and backfill, $1,500.
Yeah.
Foundation work to form it all up and the cost of the concrete, $5,200.
That's correct.
And then to pour the slab, which we just got done, the basement floor, $1,400.
Right.
Now add to that $1,415 for the lumber, and we're talking $13,715 up to date.
That's right.
We're out of the ground,
Yep.
but we haven't really got a carpentry labor bill yet. That's going to be coming, right?
That's the next step, yes.
Yeah, good. All right. We'll be raising the girt after this. Stay with me. A girt is the framing member that carries the loads from up above. And in this case, we've got what we call a tripler, 3 2x12s that have been spiked together with 16-penny nails to create basically a laminated beam. We can't really order a 6x12 from the lumberyard.
No,
can we?
it'd come through all checked
Sure.
and beat up.
Sure. Now, the big question is, why is it offset? How come we don't have one that just goes across the whole middle of our building here?
Well, this is the way the architect has designed it. And here's his plan right here.
Yeah.
As I'm standing in the living room, you can see
Yeah, we're in the basement below the living room here.
this is a 16-foot span to this carrying partition here. And if he had brought the girt right straight across, this is against building code because it's 3 feet away. It
Yeah.
has got to be within 2 feet of a carrying load wall, which this is.
Exactly, exactly.
So what he's done is he's taken it and putting it right under that wall.
Yeah, yeah. Which is the easiest way to do it. Okay, why don't we raise up the this one first?
Yes.
I'll get over on that side.
You ready, Steve?
This only weighs, what, about 100, maybe 125 pounds?
Yeah, about that. Okay.
Gotta make sure we keep it in the beam pocket.
Okay. Okay, I got it.
You got the A?
How's that look, Bruce?
Bring it up.
Okay, Steve, go ahead and nail it. Okay, that's good.
Good.
That's good.
That's good.
All right. Okay, on 3. 1, 2, 3. Up. There we go. Okay.
Okay, Riley, they're making quick work out of it here. Let's see. What's the first thing you've done? What are you doing with the arrows on here right now?
Well, I'm just marking the crowns on this lumber.
Okay, so you've looked at each one of these
That's right. No piece of lumber
floor
is straight.
joists to make sure that you've got the crown side up,
That's right.
so that when you put weight on it, it's
The whole thing will settle out.
nice and level. But what about the blue chalk line you've got here on the sill?
This is just, we snap the line to make a nice straight end here. We'll put all these joists on with the butt ends held to this line,
Exactly.
and that'll give us a nice straight end.
Okay, because eventually you'll put the box or the ribbon around the outside.
Yes.
Yeah. And what about the pencil lines that you've got here?
This is the layout, 16 inches on center.
Yes.
As you can see, the center is right there with the 16-inch.
The tape
We
shows you.
Offset it just 3/4 of an inch.
The
so-
guideline helps you bring the joist and put it exactly where it's going to be nailed in position.
Exactly.
Sure. Good. Shall we get started?
Yes, can you give me a hand?
Sure, I'll nail these ends off. Watch your step there.
Whoops.
Yep. All right?
Yeah? Okay, let me know when you're on that line, Bob.
Right on it.
Okay, nail it.
Okay. Got to come to me a quarter.
Okay?
Okay, that's good, good. But with the plywood down on the floor, we start to get an idea of what the size of the house is and what the layout will be like. I'm actually standing right where the front door will be. It'll swing in this direction, and I'll be faced with a staircase that we'll build right in front of me here. On this side, we'll have a spacious living room, a wall down here separating us from the kitchen, which connects to that family room, a spacious bathroom here, and 2 nice bedrooms in this direction. And Riley, we're making good progress here.
Yes.
You've got all your bracing in, huh?
That's right, yep.
Now, you know, most of the time you see guys put X-bracing in between the joists just out of strapping, out of 1x3 stock. Tell me about this metal bracing.
Well, we've been using this now for the past 6 or 7 years or so, and it just makes the job go so much faster. You don't have to cut it and measure it. It goes on real quick.
Yeah.
What I like about it is a lot of times when you put the strapping in, it'll get stuck together.
The wooden
like this.
strapping.
The wooden strapping will squeak with the floor.
Yeah.
This here prevents that, and its job is to stiffen the floor up.
Yes, this will keep the bounce out of the floor.
Exactly.
Okay. Are we ready to put another sheet down?
You sure are.
Now, have you figured out? I mean, you got to stagger your plywood when you're putting it in place.
That's right. So we've got a full sheet now. It's the starter sheet.
Almost any building material, you stagger the joints. And here you see 2 sheets that come together. So obviously the next sheet doesn't want to break in the same place. That's for added rigidity and strength in the whole construction of the deck. Okay, well, while we try to finish up this deck work, why don't you guys take a break? We'll be right back. Okay, Riley, that's looking pretty good. And that's about a wrap for today. I hope you'll come home again next week when we'll be putting up our sidewalls, and we'll take you cross Cape to visit Art and Barbara Goodale in their 1740s Cape right on the old King's Highway. Till then, I'm Bob Vila.